In today's video, I want to share 3 products that you should throw out and what to replace them with. Hey guys, I hope you're doing well. Welcome back to my channel. I wanted to make this video on products that you should throw out and what to replace them with because I feel like it's almost a little overwhelming, the information out there, like about clean beauty, non-toxic things, like just going clean and green in general. So I wanted to hopefully make it a little easier for you and kind of give you some suggestions on some of the things that I absolutely recommend getting rid of, why, and then great replacements for them. And also give alternatives to these products because I know one thing that can be difficult and annoying is like, okay, I'm not supposed to use this product anymore, but what's gonna work as well? Is it gonna be as effective? Whether it's like a cleaning product or a skincare product, I've kind of got it covered here. So I'm gonna go through 3 of my top picks. First, let's talk with cleaning products. I've got the good examples here. So I've got 7th Generation here. This is a brand I really, really like, but I wanna quickly talk about conventional brands, older brands that we are used to using when it comes to cleaning products. I actually don't even necessarily want to single out a specific brand that you should throw away, but for the most part, almost all of the older conventional products that we used to use are not very clean and have a lot of health hazards they can cause. So you can almost assume that if it's something you've been using for years and years that our parents use and grandparents use, it's probably not clean, but you can always check this on EWG. They've got a great website and source, and you can always research the product a little bit. So one of the issues with using traditional cleaning agents is, number one, they're not always fully forthcoming about what's in their product. Fragrance is a huge issue. I've talked about this, whether it's in cleaning supplies, skincare products. When something has fragrance, the FDA has this rule where under fragrance, you don't need to say what goes into the fragrance. So even if the product says it's phthalate-free, sulfate-free, if they have a fragrance and the fragrance contains it, they're still able to use that on the label. So it's really, really tricky when you see fragrance. If you see like organic fragrance, if it comes from essential oils, something like that, that's okay. But fragrance in general is scary. So a lot of the like lemon scent or blueberry or mountain breeze, whenever it comes to any cleaning supplies, you really have to watch for. The other thing is the fumes that they contain. So the fumes contained in a lot of these traditional cleaning products can not only worsen asthma in patients, like if you have any kind of breathing disorder or respiratory disorder, it can worsen your asthma. There's also a study that showed a group of like 3,500 people who had asthma but were completely symptom-free. Then after 9 years of using these cleaning products once a week, their risk for developing asthma increased by 50%. So that's kind of scary, to think about. Even if you are fine and don't have it, it can actually worsen your risk of it later. Another fact that's a little bit scary but interesting is that pregnant women who have held any kind of cleaning job, cleaning occupation, their babies, if they're pregnant while working, are at an increased risk for developing asthma. So just that in general is a little bit scary. Then also the ingredients in itself can be irritants. Prolonged use has even shown to cause like burns and skin irritations. So there's a lot going on there as to why you should avoid them. 7th Generation is a brand I really love for a few different reasons. Number one, it only has natural fragrance. So all their fragrance comes from either an organic ingredient or essential oils. So you're still gonna get like a nice scent when you're cleaning, but it's gonna be clean. It's recycled packaging, which I like. It's environmental. All the ingredients are plant-based. It's just a really clean, like safe brand. I feel safe when I'm using it. It still gets the job done. I know that sometimes with some natural products or cleaners, you feel like it's not actually disinfecting enough, but I really like this one. So my whole thing with this is when you find something that works equally as well, it's just kind of a win-win. I don't see any point in not going with it. So anyway, this is my favorite brand when it comes to cleaning supplies. I use the wipes, I use the spray. If you guys want to check it out, I will put the link below too. Next, I want to talk about deodorant, and I'm so excited to talk about Native because I've literally been using this for 2 years. I'm obsessed with this brand, but I kind of just want to get into the difference between traditional deodorant and natural deodorant. One thing about using a more traditional or like older deodorant versus natural variations is that they tend to clog your pores because they actually stop you from sweating. So the way they stop you from like sweating and smelling is by actually really clogging your pores and stopping it, which can end up leading to more bacteria or toxin buildup, Whereas with natural deodorants, they kind of allow you to sweat in a controlled manner, if that makes sense. So you're still getting the toxins out, but in a controlled way where they can actually control the smell and like the amount you're sweating. Because honestly, the two top ways to detox that are completely free are going to the bathroom and sweating. So the more you sweat, the more you're releasing toxins. So you don't want to stop yourself from sweating. You just want to kind of have it in a controlled manner. Another thing I love about Native is that it's aluminum free, paraben free, phthalate free. It's just a really clean product all around, but it works. I've tried a lot of other natural clean deodorants and none of them worked for me, and that's the honest truth. I gave them all a pretty good chance, and sometimes they made me smell even worse. What's weird is I feel like if I don't wear deodorant, I don't necessarily smell bad, but then I would use some natural brands and like somehow smell worse. So I don't know. This never did that to me. I would say it took a few weeks to like really work well. I kind of gave my body a chance to detox from using the traditional, more toxic deodorants, and then it was really great. Another thing I love about how it's aluminum free is that you don't get like the yellow stains in your shirt, because oftentimes those like yellow sweat stains are caused from aluminum, and the fact that this is aluminum free is great and it still works. I also love all of the scents that it comes with. My personal favorite is the coconut and vanilla. It has a really like warm, like vanilla, like really nice scent. I know a lot of guys like the eucalyptus and mint one because it smells just like a little more fresh. It smells a little bit more like masculine, in my opinion. I think this one is great for the guys or girls, but they have a little build your own pack too, so you can get like 3 at a time and try whatever, you know, scent you want. I love the deodorant. I will put my link below if you guys want to check it out, and you can save 20% off on the little bundle pack. And lastly is sunscreen. Really skincare in general, I like to kind of have this rule of thumb where if there's something you're using every single day, then it's pretty important to make sure that it's clean. Whereas makeup, I actually haven't made the full switch over to non-toxic because I don't use it that much. I use it like once a week. So if I'm getting my makeup done and they're using something that's not 100% non-toxic, I don't get too picky about it. But things that you're using every day, I wanted to share a little bit on SPF because there's 2 reasons with this specifically that you should make the switch. Number 1, just making sure that the brand is clean, that it's non-toxic, that it avoids parabens, sulfates, phthalates, fragrance, kind of like what we just talked about, but also avoiding chemical sunscreen. So I do have some videos on chemical versus physical sunscreen if you want a little brush up on that. But basically, when you use chemical sunscreen, those ingredients can mess with your hormones, whereas physical sunscreen won't. So a lot of people prefer chemical sunscreen because it doesn't always have the white residue. You know, it goes on a little bit nicer, like with your makeup, it almost feels like you're not wearing sunscreen. But this brand specifically, Juice Beauty, it looks white when you squeeze it out, but it really, really absorbs in so quickly. It has such a nice lemongrass scent, which is completely clean. They also have a tinted one that I've shared. It's their CC cream that has the lightest tint, but literally 0 white residue. So it just depends on if you're in the mood for something tinted. Sometimes like, I'm not in the mood for it. I just want something clean, but I just rubbed this in and you can see there's no white residue. Goes on really nice and smells really fresh. So I will link this below, and I'll also link this CC cream below too if you guys want to check that out, because these are the 2 that I just use on rotation and I'm completely obsessed with. And they're very, very high zinc oxide, so you're getting full UVA and UVB protection. But regardless, I would really recommend if you're using a chemical sunscreen to switch over to physical. So I hope this video was a good little intro on a few products you can start with. I didn't want to overwhelm. I feel like when you're learning about non-toxic things, it's best to kind of ease into it so you don't all of a sudden feel like you have to switch everything in your life. But these are really easy ones and really amazing products that you can seamlessly switch out that will actually work. So if you guys have any questions, please leave it in the comments. I will link everything below, including a 20% code for Native. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.